this time. Taylor taking a deep shot behind. Separation. Third and goal. Taylor to the end zone. Touchdown! With Barkley back at tailback, they hand to an edge. Touchdown Giants. And a nice made that bad last stop, so he's back in there. Third down and 7. Play action from Devito. End zone. Catch is made. Touchdown. Isaiah Hodgins. The end zone, and let's make sure the catch is good. And it's points off the turnover by Keyshawn Nixon. Family section. And his agent. This guy, the agent may break the internet.
What the heck's going on?
They having kisses everywhere.
Well, I mean, there wasn't any kisses yesterday, I tell you that much, y'all. What's up? Welcome again to another episode of Back Up to the Backup. I'm Nate. That's Brian here to my right. And hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, we hope that your favorite team, whether it was not our Giants, but whether your favorite team was the Niners or whatever the case may be, East Coast, West Coast, we hope your favorite team won. And we'll break all of the Week 15 slate down here on this episode. And yeah, we got a pretty busy week this week to give you guys a little heads up before we dive into today's topic. We got today's episode. We got tomorrow. I'll be meeting up with Eric Mohair of the South End Zone podcast to talk some college football. Wednesday, me and Brian are obviously back. And Thursday and Friday, we'll keep that as a possible surprise. And we'll go from there. Brian, how you doing, man? Happy Monday to you.
Yeah, happy Monday to you too. Definitely been better. Yesterday was a cruel reality check for this Giants team. I think a lot of Giants fans were getting swept up in DeVito mania, in the possibility of a playoff berth. And then yesterday was just a cruel reminder that this team is just not good enough yet.
I'm gonna ask you this. I hope you meant you're doing okay, but nothing about outside of football. You're doing
outside
great.
of football, I'm doing
okay. I think that's fine. I see the Mets
Yeah.
hoodie. You guys are still in the race for Yamamoto, the pitcher?
Yeah, still in Rich Yamamoto. It seems to be us and the Yankees right now, so that's gonna be great.
Hey, I mean, hopefully they, you guys get them. I understand.
Yeah.
I know I'm a Phillies fan from a baseball standpoint, which is weird to say, but.
Mm-hmm.
Look, just bear with me. But right now, let's focus on the football right now. Yeah, our Giants, man. This was tough. And the first thing I want to talk about is, kind of a shocker. I think we'll go offense first to start off this part. Yeah. Look, this past 3 games, I know, the Giants have had DeVito under center, and, we put up 10 points against the Patriots, and then last week as well, the Giants put up a pretty good amount of points against the Packers. They put up, 24 points?
24, yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, I understand it. DeVito has been undefeated before, outside of the Dallas start and outside of the Saints game. DeVito was 3-0. We put up 31 points. We put up 10 points. So we put up 24 points. That's a, solid amount of points. All things considered, right? And then, you come into this game against the Saints defensively. They're not as intimidating. They're, in our opinion, or in my opinion, to be honest, they're at the same level as the Packers. And we were like, okay, DeVito, of course, teams are going to have film on him, but he could figure it out. I think, 3 games of success. This could have been his 4th game of, having solid stats and everything, but things kind of took a turn before this game because we saw the injury report late, and then we looked at it and we saw Justin Pugh pop up on the injury report. We knew Evan Neal was going to be gone, but I mean, that was...
We talked on Friday how we didn't want Evan Neal to start.
Yeah, which was fine. Tyree Phillips didn't play bad.
No.
Last
the tackles
night.
were not the problem yesterday. The interior line was the problem.
Which is actually a concern because if there's any position the Giants need to address in this upcoming draft, it's the offensive line, but mostly on the interior because you have JMS, John Michael Schmitz at center, but at
Yeah.
the same time, you have left guard and right guard, which is Justin Pugh and Ben Bredesen, and or Mark Lewinsky at times at
Yeah.
right guard, to be exact here. So it's like, let me ask you this, because
Mhm.
I feel like you have a better grasp of this topic. How or why did the interior and offensive line struggle yesterday?
The Saints were just running this defensive play where they had the pass rusher kind of on the outside, kind of lined up near the tackle, and then they would come around and find the hole open in the interior and hit them. Like every time they wouldn't charge the tackle, they would kind of like back out and then watch, the left guard or the center open the hole a little bit and then go right through that hole and hit Devito. They did it all game, and there was no adjustment to it.
And on the left side too, Pugh was hurt, and he tried playing hurt. Obviously, it didn't work out. On the right side, there's really no excuse. Or it's Brett Fluency. Come on, I mean, these guys are just like Pugh. They're veterans. They're supposed to figure it out. But obviously, give Pugh a little bit of grace as he was injured. But at the same time,
if you're that injured that your performance is hampered, you can't be out there.
Exactly.
Like I love toughness. I love guys like wanting to play that competitive nature. But if you're hurt to the point where your play is suffering and you're hurting the team, you cannot be out there starting. You need to go to. It's the same thing I said about Graham Gano in the Jets game. I'm going to say about Justin Pugh in this game. If your play is suffering because of an injury, you have to go to Dable. You have to go to Kaplan and be like, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I was just going to bring it up, and you brought up the great point about Graham Gano. It's like, okay, I get it. You want to play hurt, but this is a game that we have to win, just like the Jets game was. That was a game we had to win. If we won that game and lost this one, it kind of keeps us still alive in the playoff race more than it is right now. Obviously, both guys, not selfishly, but we could kind of think about it as selfishly decided to play. Look, if Pugh was out, we could have put Bredesen at left guard, Glowinski at right guard, and maybe see how that would have changed something. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll never know that. So, offense. Devito was sacked 6 times, I believe.
7.
7. Oh shit.
Yeah.
My fault.
It was. I only know I have the stat sheet pulled up in front of me. That's the only reason I know.
Okay. There was a play where Devito was scrambling to the left. He got hit, and then he was out for a few snaps or so. And then
he missed the end of the second quarter, the last couple plays there.
And that's when Tyrod came in.
Yep.
Got it. So Tyrod came in, but he only played a few snaps. Then DeVito came back in for the second half. Didn't really matter anyways. The Giants put up, 6 points, and they were all in the first half. Second half, they were just completely flat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, statistically wise, DeVito, 177 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, which was great to see. No fumbles either, once again, from the young quarterback. But other than that, just not much going. He led the team in rushing, which is always a concern when you have a back like Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Barkley was 9-14, and you can blame the offensive line for that one. I feel like, I just continue to think about the offensive line, but I didn't want to bring it up as much these past few weeks just because we were winning, and I didn't want to be negative Nancy as much. I didn't.
And the line played decently. Like, the line's not been an issue the past few weeks. It's like, all right, they've done what they needed to do. They've been an average line.
But it's just, how do you go from that to just being as bad as you were today?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it falls on coaching and Bobby Johnson. If Bobby Johnson is the Giants' offensive line coach after this season, there's no point in drafting offensive linemen because he's not going to develop them at all.
Why did Saquon struggle yesterday?
I think the Saints just figured him out. Like, it seems like every single time he touched the ball, there was a defender with him, and he just could not break off for anything.
I just feel like we can't keep doing this, man. We can't keep seeing like 9, 10, 15 carries for yesterday, 14 yards. That's like,
it's nothing.
I mean, you're a second overall pick. Like, you're supposed to, figure it out, but until Saquon plays with a competent offensive line, I will give Saquon the benefit of the doubt, because we've seen Saquon have big plays. It's just a matter of, making, as simple as it sounds or as stupid as it sounds, just making those plays. And this offensive line just doesn't allow him to do that type of thing. And like we just said, it's not everyone. It's not Thomas that's the issue, because he's never been the issue. Let's be honest. Andrew Thomas has never been the issue. Evan Neal, yeah, part of the problem, but he's young. Brian Dable especially and Joe Shane still believe in him. So you have those tackle spots filled up. It's just the guard and letting the guard positions and letting John Michael Schmitz grow. That's just the main thing. Those are the main concerns right now. Not much JMS as the guard position, but hey, that's why there's conversation as to, okay, let Evan Neal try guard. Let's go out and get a tackle, possibly in the first round, depending on where we're choosing. But we'll speak about draft position later on, because obviously for the fans who wanted the Giants to tank, they had a field day yesterday. I saw a lot of criticism.
And those people, like, I have a message to those people, like, don't you want to have fun? It's like,
yeah,
like, come on, like, you cannot tell me that these last 3 games of Tommy DeVito have not been the most fun since the playoff game last year. We were brought back into the Giants season. We believe in this team again. We want this team to be good. And then you're just going to sit there and root for them to be bad? Like, I get the draft pick. I understand all that. But when there's an opportunity to make the playoffs, you have to root with everything you have to get that shot.
I mean, they spend their time making edits of Drake May and whatever the case, which annoys the shit out of me, because it's like, dude, he's not all that.
Not that good.
None of these guys are. That's the thing. I mean, of course, every draft prospect comes with flaws and everything, but this quarterback class,
it could be the most overrated quarterback class we ever had.
Which is bad too, because like this is the year where it's like, okay, the Giants maybe going quarterback for a second round. Let's not make the wrong choices. So it's like it's a tough year. If these quarterbacks are overrated, as you say, this may be a bad year to get one. But as we know, the Giants are probably going to get one. It's just a matter of when. Let's see, receiving wise, Darius Slayton had a pretty solid day. 63 yards on 4 catches. Darren Waller,
but he had a few drops. Darius Slayton. The drops revealed their ugly head again. He had 2 passes where he should have caught them and just dropped them. That could have changed everything.
But is that new to us? Not really.
No, it's not. It's just like, come on, dude. Like we want you to be something more than you are. It's been 5 years now, and you're still having this drop issue. With what's going on?
That's why he's not a wide receiver number 1. None of these guys are. That's the thing. None of these guys can be a receiver that can be the number 1 guy. It's just it doesn't. You can't have it. You can't have it. These drops and everything. So I'm looking at what else is here on the stat sheet I want to bring up real quick. Waller came back. Welcome back.
Looked fine.
Looked fine to me. Nothing too crazy. Had 6 targets, but 4 catches, 40 yards. Wandale pretty quiet after last week, just like everyone else was. We saw Eric Gray a few times. Yesterday. That was kind of cool to see. I like Eric Gray. He's obviously didn't like.
I love him going out of Oklahoma. I thought he was gonna be the running back 2 on this team at some point. I think he would have been, have not been for injuries, but it's good to see him getting something.
Obviously, we didn't like him as a kick returner and whatever the case may be, but seeing him out there getting a few catches, 3 catches, 6 yards, obviously not the most eye-popping or even contributional type of play from him, but it's fine. It was nice to see him on the field. Is all I'm trying to say.
Oh no, I agree. I 100% agree.
Let's see, Hodgins, nothing. Jalen Hyatt, absolutely nothing. 0 catches.
Get a few
3
drops
targets.
too.
3 targets too. That's Other than that, offensively, they put up pretty shitty numbers for this Giants team. They had 193 yards of offense, which is never, ever going to win you a game unless you get extremely lucky. And, like I said, Giants had 6 points in the first quarter, or first half, I should say. After that, punt, turnover on downs, and punt were the final 4 drives, I guess I should say, for this Giants team. And if you want to do the math, which I will do it for you, this Giants team put up a ugly, very ugly 84 yards of offense in the second half.
Bad.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Saints in the second half, touchdown, field goal, touchdown, punt, and took a knee to end the game.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is tough. The Giants go to 4-5-9. They officially have the 5th pick in the draft, and they're not mathematically out,
But they are.
But all things considered, they're pretty much they're done.
They'll be out next week when we play Philly in Philly.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing, and it's like I get it, tanking stuff, everything like that, but like Brian, you mentioned, it was just nice to see these guys win.
It's our 9th losing season in 11 years. Last 11 years, Giants have 2 winning seasons.
You just can't have that.
No, this is supposed to be like one of the proudest organizations in the NFL, and it's been an absolute joke. I think the Cleveland Browns have more winning seasons than we do in the past 11 years, and they won 1 game in 2 years.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, look, and Saquon was talking about it in his post-game interview. He was like, until I'm mathematically out, we're gonna keep on working. And maybe we're sitting here next week and like, oh my God, the Giants beat the Eagles. Like, there's still a chance. The teams above us may have lost on Sunday or whenever they play. Maybe there is a chance. A game that we'll be looking forward to. Obviously, don't want to jump ahead too much because
this is a crazy week. It is a crazy week, though. I think there's a game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I think we have 4 days of games
because of Christmas.
Because of Christmas, yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that scheduling out because usually we record Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as y'all know. But
yeah, Monday's Christmas,
and that's a Giants game too. Okay, so that we'll figure it out. We'll see what we can do. But otherwise, this sucks. But we'll discuss all that. Teams to watch out for, to possibly give us some hope eventually. But let's start with the defense, I guess, now. Derek Carr looked like a fucking beast yesterday, which is a concern because, like, it's Derek Carr.
He's not a good quarterback. Yeah.
And he's not. Like, all season long, he's been ass. And, that shit, I don't know, 23-28, 3 touchdowns, 218 yards, was sacked only once.
Yeah, I think Jason Pinnock's the only guy in this defense you could say that had a good game yesterday. 8 tackles and a sack. Everyone else is pretty pedestrian. Adoree Jackson looked washed yesterday. Everyone else was just quiet. Lawrence was barely a factor out there. It's just a tough overall game for this defense.
Yeah, there's 1 sack, like you mentioned, 2 tackles for loss, but that was by Pinnock and Micah McFadden. Other than that, Kayvon 1 tackle, Dexter Lawrence 2 tackles, Ojulari had 3 tackles. Other than that, everyone else was just, they couldn't stop Derek Carr. Like, I think it's just simple as that. Like, they made him look like the best quarterback in the NFL. He was very efficient. He was just throwing darts left and right. He was hitting Kamara. He was hitting Juwan Johnson, Rashid Shaheed, A.T. Perry. And look, see, y'all like how I didn't mention Chris Olave? Yeah, because he didn't have Chris Olave.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So great job, guys.
Taking that best offensive weapon, still make Derek Carr look like a great look like his rookie year out there. Looked like when he first came on the scene and just like saved the Raiders franchise.
But let me ask, why did the Giants struggle on defense yesterday then?
I think it's just Derek Carr just always found the open guy. There was always somebody open. The pass coverage just wasn't there. I think, especially in the first half, they would run this like slant route where just every single time he was wide open and the receiver would just dive and catch the ball for a 15-yard gain. Every single time. So I don't know. I don't know if that's pass protection. I don't know what that is, but it was just not. The coverage was just atrocious yesterday. The secondary played horrific.
Yeah, it's just, it's concerning when you let a guy that has struggled so much, a guy that many have criticized and his teammates don't even really like him that much. You let a guy like Carr, like him, dominate the way he did. not only does it give it a boost, a morale boost to the Saints, but for the Giants, it's like, damn, we can't even stop Derek Carr. Like, we've stopped. Well, we can stop Sam Howell, we can stop Bailey Zappi or Mac Jones, and we can stop Jordan Love, but we can't stop Derek Carr. Like, I understand he's a veteran, but at the same time,
He's in that group.
he's in that group in terms of guys this season that are just bad.
Mhm.
Like, to only get one sack, well, why didn't you send the dogs? Like, why didn't you just blitz the hell out of Derek Carr? Because I understand it, Deontay Banks and Dory Jackson. No, not that I don't understand. No, I completely understand. Actually, why didn't you send the dogs knowing you didn't have Chris Olave? You had guys like A.T. Perry and Rashid Shaheed. You put fucking Banks on Shaheed or Jackson, who's fast enough to keep up with them. You're fine. You're not going to have – hell, let the screen passes happen. At least there's screen passes.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be short gains if you play correctly on defense. Let Kamara get his receptions and figure it out. You can't have guys like Jawan Johnson and Rashid Shaheed, A.T. Perry, Lynn Bowden Jr., Foster Monroe tear you up on the receiving. Jimmy Graham, dude,
somehow still in the league.
He still catches touchdowns for some reason. No, dude, we let Keith Kirkwood score yesterday. Who the fuck is Keith Kirkwood?
Exactly. Who are these guys? Jimmy Graham was washed 4 years ago, and he's still in the league catching touchdowns. And he played his best game of the year against us.
So it's ridiculous. And then obviously Kamara did a hell of a job on the run game. 15 carries, 66 yards. Pretty good comparing to what Saquon Barkley did yesterday. Jamal Williams had a few carries in there as well, put up 24 yards. Oh, yeah, dude. This was defensively, they just couldn't stop anything. I mean, 24 points seems like a fair amount to say, oh, the Giants defense played okay, but we expect more from this defense because, these past 3 games, they did a pretty good job, limiting.
They've been the one bright spot.
And then, obviously today, or yesterday, I should say, nothing. So, I don't know, dude. Yeah, it was a pretty just down day.
Yeah.
For us, and there's nothing to be happy about at all. His offense, defense, especially Kayvon Thibodeau. I expect more from him. Seriously, he was supposed to have a good game, and he just did not. Pro Football Focus wise, best player was A'Shaun Robinson with a 76.0 Pro Football Focus grade. Our worst being Adoree Jackson with 39.7.
Yeah. Jackson had a bad day yesterday. I saw a lot of Giants fans wanting him cut yesterday.
Was he getting burnt?
Yeah, he was getting burnt bad. Yeah.
He allowed 18.5 yards per reception when targeted. Allowed 4 catches on the day and allowed that 1 touchdown as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good.
I mean, Kayvon had an okay game, but he had 62.5 Pro Football Focus grade. So, and he only had 1 tackle, so it's really nothing to write home about at all. But his grade isn't that bad at the same time. I love using PFF, but sometimes they can be misleading and
it's the eye test. You have to do both. The eye test and then the Pro Football Focus. And if you watched that game yesterday, you did not hear Kayvon Thibodeau's name called. You barely saw. You saw 5, in the huddle and stuff, and start to pass rush, but never pressure on quarterbacks. Just if Kayvon Thibodeau's going to be the game wrecker we think he can be, performances like this happen. I understand it. Everyone has an off day, but when the defense is playing as bad as it was, and you are supposed to be like a core piece of this defense, you need to step up. You need to have you need to pick it up a little bit. And Kayvon just wasn't able to do that yesterday.
Yeah, so. Well, this is something to forget about. Move on to next week.
Yeah.
Tough team in Philadelphia, but we'll have to figure it out. Offensively, I want to talk about a person that kind of just messed everything up. Justin Pugh played last night, like we mentioned earlier, at the worst Pro Football Focus grade I've seen in a minute. 29.5 was his grade. So, maybe playing with the injury, not a good idea.
No.
Darren Waller was best player on the team apparently with a 66.1, but his pass blocking was atrocious when called upon. And then, let's see. Eric Gray, please never put him in pass block ever again. Had the worst pass blocking grade I've seen ever, 18.2.
That was his issue coming out of college. Like, this guy could not pass block. We saw it in the preseason. We saw it in college. Why are we still trying it?
We tried a bunch of shit, dude, and it hasn't worked.
But it's the definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. We keep throwing Eric Gray in the pass block, thinking he's going to figure it out, and he just is not figuring out. Maybe he's not a pass blocker.
We put him at returner. We made him pass block. We put him as a punt returner.
Maybe just make him running back.
Yeah,
that's all he's good at.
Just let him run the ball or catch passes out of the backfield. Just anything but letting him do what he's not good at. But not really good long. And of course, we got to cover special teams, which is something I don't expect to cover every single week. But what the hell? Randy Bullock kicks a field goal, puts the Giants, or puts 3 points up for the Giants, comes out of the game, and all of a sudden I'm seeing Jamie Gillian kick a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what the hell?
I feel like Randy Bullock pulled his hamstring on the kickoff. Really, I think he slipped on the tee and pulled his hamstring. Dude, you've been in the league for how long? And I get it's probably a freak injury, stuff like that happens. But come on, what are we doing here? He doesn't even play. Exactly. What are you doing?
We don't get.
You ran 4 feet and you pulled your hamstring. I might get winded walking up the stairs, but I'm not pulling my hamstring doing it.
Dude, I don't understand. This man, we don't kick field goals. You're only out there mainly for kickoffs. Hell, these past few games, I swear he's barely done anything.
Yeah.
Seriously, whether it's field goals or he's mostly done kickoffs this year. Especially these past few games. I mean, sure, he had that game winner last week against the Packers, but other than that, he's been pretty kept off the field.
Yeah. Well, what he kicks the ball off and just jogs gingerly down the field?
Did he not stretch? Did he not stretch or something? It's just
gotta be. But if you're not stretching, that's just irresponsible. At the NFL level, especially.
This is why we should have Katie York, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Katie York, man, I tell you. If you want statistics, Carter Coughlin was our best player on special teams with the 84.7 Pro Football Focus grade. Yeah, woohoo!
Carter Coughlin. I love Carter Coughlin. And I remember when they drafted him during the COVID draft, and he's just still here. It's great.
He's still here, man.
A cockroach just won't die.
I'm telling you, they better clean house, dude. We talked about this before. They better clean house next season. Yeah. I'm serious. Casey Creator was our next best player on special teams, which is our long snapper. So stupid, so stupid.
There's a few positions need new coaching: offensive linemen, special teams. Those are the big ones. There's probably a few more you can do, but those are going to be looked at. Let's see who else we can bring in because the guys we have are not working.
It was terrible. It really was. Let's see. One more quick stat in terms of who had the most success against a particular defender. Darius Slayton had a 86 point. No. Never mind. Just kidding. Ignore what I just said because these corners lock the shit out of everyone. I thought I was going to say Darius Slayton had an 86.2 grade when covered by Alontae Taylor. Oh. No, it was the other way around.
Oh.
Yeah, Alontae.
Taylor was really good.
I was like, that doesn't make sense. So, I mean, when matched up against Tyrann Mathieu coverage-wise, Slayton had a good day, but that's a safety, not a corner.
I was going to say, that's a safety who's also, probably on one of his last stops in the NFL.
He better hope he stays in New Orleans. I tell you, other than that, get on out, buddy. But let's see. In terms of the Saints, they had a pretty okay. Oh yeah, Jimmy Graham and against Micah McFadden. Yeah, not the best.
Oh, I know. I talked about it already. I'll just never forget watching Red Zone a few weeks ago and watching Jimmy Grant catch a touchdown pass. And literally my first word was like, he's still playing. I thought he retired.
Dude, me too. I legit did not know he was still on the team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. I thought he retired after that Bears game.
Well, a game to forget for sure. Yeah, Giants go to 5-9 on the season. Looking at the standings, it really doesn't look that very promising at all. Because mathematically they're not out. Like, and you're probably thinking, "Oh my God, the Giants have a chance to make the playoffs. There's still hope." Yeah. Looking at it right now.
Yeah, and a meteor can hit Earth tomorrow.
Exactly. Like, you never know.
You never know.
Fuck. The 49ers, I should say, the Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys officially clinched the playoff spot. Mainly the Cowboys and the Eagles yesterday. But in terms of elimination, you have the Panthers who won yesterday and they're still out. Cardinals are out and the Commanders are out as well. And then here are the teams in the hunt. Well, actually, it's a mess from seeds. Seeds 5, 6, and 7. It's a complete mess because all those teams are 7 and 7. After that, you have the Seahawks at 6 and 7. And they play tonight. You have the Falcons at 6 and 8, Packers 6 and 8, Giants 5 and 9. So the Chicago Bears 5 and 9 too. So there's still hope, but at the same time, you better hope.
But there was more hope before the Saints game because the big reason why we were so confident the Giants could make the playoffs was because they were playing all the teams in front of them. They beat all the teams in front of them. They just start jumping them. They lost to the Saints. Now they're behind the Saints like for good now. The only thing you can hope is the Saints win the division.
And even if you put yourself in the position to get yourself in the hunt and say you're like the 8th seed, the Saints do have the tiebreaker over you if it comes to that position. But
yeah,
it sucks because the Saints play the Rams on next Sunday. So who do you root for? Maybe the Rams. I don't know, but you play the Rams the next week after the Eagles game.
I think maybe the Saints. Maybe you do root for the Saints because like maybe you got to root for them to win the South and just be like, all right, like take our chance with the Falcons.
Right, I forget. I forget that one team from each division makes the playoffs because of the So I guess I would root for the Saints. Mm-hmm. As weird as that may sound.
Yeah.
And then who else would we root for here? We would just have to root for whoever faces Minnesota, Tampa, Seattle, Atlanta, Green Bay. I mean, we do have the tiebreaker over Green Bay, so that may not matter. But I mean, we'll figure it out. Probably Wednesday or Thursday we'll talk about it. But the teams ahead of us, if the Giants won this game, we'd be 6 and 8. We'd be like really like actually in the hunt, 100%, no doubt. A chance at making some magic happen. But
we feel so much better because like we knew we were probably gonna lose one game. We all thought it was the Philly game.
Yeah.
Now that we've lost that game, we can't afford to lose another game the rest of the year, and we're not good enough to beat the Eagles. So it's 2 losses and we're done.
Like beating the Saints would have given us like, okay, this team could really do something. As bad as the record is, because you're not supposed to make the playoffs with a losing record, but because of how bad the NFC is, that's when you're like, okay, well maybe that's something that we could, do. That we could make the playoffs if we really tried, but. Yeah, like you said, I mean, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. And then out of the teams that could make the playoffs that are alive, I should say, the Giants have the worst point differential at -149.
That's bad. That's been bad.
I
think that's more because the offense. I think it's more because the offense just could not score for the first 6 games of the season.
Yeah, and we're somehow still in the hunt. Teams with a minus triple-digit point differential are all eliminated from the playoffs. You must have at least in the negative double digits or at worst, I should say, in the negative double digits to even be successful. And the Giants somehow, as of for now, are still alive with a minus 149 point differential. The next closest is the Chicago Bears at minus 42, followed by the Seahawks at minus 38. Yet the Seahawks are in a better position to make the playoffs. And those numbers may sound useless as shit, but I'm just trying to fucking, I don't know. I'm just saying stuff because, like, this sucks. And
No, it does.
I know a few weeks ago we wanted the tank to just lose out. And I feel like once we won a game, we kind of felt like, or for me, I felt like, okay, maybe we shouldn't be rooting to tank. Like, that's now how a fan should act. And that's, in terms of how you should act, you should never root to tank because it's just not fun. We talked about this, I think, before we started, right? Like, we just...
When you're, like, rooting to tank, your mindset should be, I want them to win, but it won't hurt if they lose. That's what your mindset should be. You should never be rooting for your team to lose. It's the loss should not affect you as bad as it would if you're trying to compete.
But would you say, like, last night really just...
Oh, last night buried me. I was crushed after the Giants game last night.
If there's any glimpse of hope that you want to say in terms of the Eagles matchup, do you give this team any chance at all to be? I mean,
like, you just hope Philly is, like, I've called them a fraud. You just hope that Daboll's watched the tape on them, figured out how they crushed us in the playoffs and in the regular season, and has some creative game plan that just the Eagles are just not prepared for. You're basically hoping to win a shootout.
They gave the Giants 15 weeks to prepare for Philly, so
yeah. Let's see what you got, guys.
Let's see what you got.
We got embarrassed in Philly in the divisional round last year. This is your redemption arc. You want to drag the fan base back in? Go into Philly and give us a Christmas present. Then I'll be in.
On Christmas too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Speaking of Philly, a lot of interesting stuff going on. Jalen Hurts has an illness.
Mm-hmm.
Geno Smith has a groin injury.
The security guard isn't allowed on the sidelines anymore.
You betting on this game?
I don't know yet. I haven't looked at the spread yet. I probably will because I have problems, but yeah.
All I'm gonna say is I bet on the kickers.
I
bet on the kickers is all I want to say. Let's see. Other than that, I think the Giants have been pretty well covered today. Yeah, it was a nice 3-game winning streak, but when you have tape on a guy that is undrafted, a guy who has taken the world over by storm and has been a pretty solid quarterback these past 3 weeks, when a team has a game plan for you, there's just nothing you can do. And you were sacked 7 times. The offensive line let you down again. And for those of you, part of me feels like this. I ain't gonna lie. When they said Daniel Jones sucks, I'm like, you see what happens when your offensive line can't block for you? Mm-hmm. Maybe that could be said for the same for Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I will say, as much as it sucked, the Giants lost yesterday, it was very funny on Twitter afterwards. Every single account was tweeting about how Tommy DeVito got whacked. That was very funny. Other than that, it sucked.
The Saints made him look bad, dude. Especially when they really pulled out the celebration. Dude, I was like,
that like, how would you just stick a knife in my chest? That probably feels better than
that. But other than that, Giants go 5-9, and we'll just leave it at that. Not many critical injuries the Giants suffered yesterday, other than DeVito, but we'll leave it at that. We'll cover Giants Eagles on Friday, and we'll go from there. Is there anything else that you liked from Week 15? Anything stood out? Any game stood out to you?
The Bills' performance stood out to me. Bills might be back.
Maybe
might be back. I know. I was pretty high on Dallas, and they did not look good yesterday against the Bills. Bills are again just a weird team. I just cannot figure out if they're really good or really bad. Because they'll play good against the Cowboys, but they'll struggle against the Jets in a few weeks. Makes no sense.
I think the best bet is to have them play at home. Maybe
Yeah.
that's the best thing.
That's
So-
Dallas' at best. They're 7-0 at home this season. They struggle. If you're a Cowboys fan, you want the first seed, but I don't think you're going to catch San Francisco. So you need to win the NFC East to have any shot. Because I don't think you go on the road and win playoff games.
And they're tied, right? They have a tiebreaker over Philly, or did they?
I
Did
think
they beat each other?
they're 1-1. Philly has the lead right now.
Okay.
I remember
shit.
if Dallas were to win out, and then if Philly were to lose one game, Dallas would have won the division. I
But
don't know
because-
what the tiebreaker is anymore.
Okay, because I just want to see real quick because I know the Cowboys beat him recently, but about no, they both beat each other.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the hell that's gonna work.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the Cowboys better hope. I assume they're rooting for Philly to lose tonight.
Yeah, they're definitely rooting for Philly to lose tonight.
Okay.
Definitely.
Just like the rest of us, but
Exactly.
yeah, that was pretty weird. I expected the game to be close-ish, but the Bills made Dallas's offense look like complete shit. They couldn't get anything going.
No. Everyone all
my-
morning was hyping up. I was watching NFL Game Day Morning. They were just hyping up. They were talking. The two topics were Dak Prescott and Tommy DeVito, and they both sucked yesterday. So this might be Rich Eisen's fault.
No, shit. Yeah. To me, well, Saturday's game, Sam Laporta, hell of a game. My golly, 3 touchdowns, 42 points for the. They look good, dude. 10-4. They are, and Denver. You know how Russell Wilson's alter ego's like Mr. Unlimited or whatever.
Unlimited. Yep.
Mr. Limited was he on Saturday. I tell you, the Broncos go to 7-7. The streak finally ends, and it's not like Wilson had a bad game, but like it's just
Jared Goff had a career game.
yeah. And the defense played like dog shit, just like they did against Miami.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Steelers. I heard they're going back to not back, but they're going to Mason Rudolph. Hey, we talked about this. I remember. I was like, because you were like, who's the third quarterback if Trubisky was going to get benched? I was like, oh, it's Mason Rudolph. Well, shit, fucking, that's ironic because Rudolph will be starting this Thursday or Sunday.
It's so weird the schedule this week of who's playing when.
Yeah. Oh, it's Saturday. I'm so sorry. Not fucking
Saturday.
Thursday,
Yeah.
Saturday.
Isn't it? No, it's not Patriots. Steelers.
Bengals. You good?
Bengals.
Cincinnati.
Bengals.
I got your back.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got your back. Yeah, other than that, yeah, the Colts beat them, so the playoff chances for Pittsburgh are slowly going away. And then the Colts, man, they keep surprising us, man. 8-6. Gardner Minshew
might be
right now.
getting a starter job next year.
Anthony Richardson would say otherwise, but I digress.
I meant like another team. Like
100%.
Minshew might be playing himself to finally get that starter job that he so much earned and deserves.
Which, if you could say where would it go? Off the top of your head, you don't have to say.
Yeah,
it.
I'm trying to think real quick. I can see like a team maybe like the Bears if they move on from Fields. Maybe the Packers. They don't love Love. Shoot, let's see
You
where
don't know.
they don't love Love. Yeah. Titans maybe if they don't love. I think they're gonna stick with Levis, but
Yeah, same. Yeah. I heard they played yesterday.
Commanders if they're not thrilled with Sam Howell. I think Sam Howell got benched yesterday, or if he got hurt. Red Zone kind of missed that. I know Jacoby Brissett was in the game, and it was close enough that Howell should have been out of the game.
Nope, he was benched.
Bench, yeah. So that's a place where I could see him landing in Washington.
Well, they're still going to be the starter, but I feel like benching him, you messed up doing it. So I get it. You could be having a bad game, but look, before this game you were 4-9. What were you chasing? Seriously, what was
Exactly. Yeah.
what were you chasing? Okay, so yeah,
Well, the
And blame your,
Falcons, that's not a good spot.
and blame your if the Commanders, if anything, blame your defense, bro. Like, you had 13 points in the first half, so, like, can't be benching somehow. You were saying who was it?
The Falcons.
Oh,
With
God.
with those weapons, Gardner Minshew could flourish there.
Not with Art Smith as the coach. Hell no.
I mean, true, yeah. Besides,
Hell no. Fucking, they can't even use Bijan Robinson right.
yeah, that's true.
God, 7 catches. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to put Gardner over there in Atlanta. I ain't gonna lie to you. Doesn't really fast as it is. I mean, he got sacked 0 times though. Ritter did, but holy crap, dude, these receiving numbers. Oh my golly. You know, dude, when Jonnu Smith is your leading receiver, I'm sorry, but
When you have guys like Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan, Tyler Algier, who's the other wide receiver they have? They have somebody else.
I'm telling you, dude, the Panthers and the Falcons are the two teams that you don't want to go to. Like, you're not gonna have any fun over here.
Mm-mm.
Oh my god.
No.
I don't even know how the Panthers won yesterday. Seriously.
Yeah.
That looked like a Giants game, if anything. 9 points. Shit.
It did, and they played in front of 9 people.
Yeah, like tickets were going for like 45 cents.
If you're like a millionaire and you're a fan of the Panthers, how do you not buy out an entire section for 45 cents?
Yeah, like, come on, man.
For a whole section probably cost you $20.
They got the money. Plus food, but I'm sure the food's on a discount too. Like,
it probably costs more to park your car there than to actually get in the stadium. You're probably paying like $40 to park and 45 cents to get in the stadium.
ESPN said the game was at 97% capacity, and I'm like, no, I don't know. I saw the images.
If that's 97% capacity, do you mean 0.97% capacity? Because that makes more sense.
Dude, it was a complete ghost town. It looked like
8 people there.
8 people. Like, come on, dude. Like, you telling me that like, look at this. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, hold on. ESPN always does. I was like, yeah, look at that. that's no
Bro,
way.
Like, look at this. That's nothing. Yeah, the capacity is 74,000 people, but yeah, it says right here weather did have an effect. It was raining
day.
and flooding was a possibility. Yeah, but they won, so they could be like, oh wow, we won.
Yeah. 95% capacity.
You're 2-12. What is there to celebrate?
There's no way there was 70,000 people in that building.
No, 100. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was sunny.
I mean, think they're getting 70,000 people or it's sunny. Might 70,000 people out in the parking lot. Maybe that.
I don't know. I just, you know what? Even there's nothing to be excited about for Carolina because it's like even with the win, you're still 2-12, and you're like, oh, you have our first round pick. No, you don't. You literally gave it to fucking Chicago because you wanted Bryce Young so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have nothing. There is literally nothing to be excited right now if you're a Panthers fan, other than like maybe Bryce Young can figure something out over these next few days. That's it. Just development of Bryce Young is the only thing you have to look forward to, and he's not going to develop because he has no offense to play with.
You watched the Sunday night game yesterday?
What'd you say?
The Sunday night game, did you watch that one?
Here and there. My family wanted to decorate a Christmas tree, so football was not allowed to be on while we were doing Christmas stuff. So,
damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So I was checking the score periodically. The Jaguars did not look great.
All I'm gonna say is, bro, don't ever let me bet on Ravens receivers ever again.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like, it's just like, dog. I bet on Odell.
Okay.
To get 3 catches. I bet on Zay Flowers to get targeted 7 times. Nothing.
Yeah, it's hard betting Ravens receivers because They're just such a run-happy team. Yeah, when Isaiah Likely is your leading receiver. Damn.
I hate life. Anyways, let's see. Other than that, Dolphins won 30-0 over the Jets. So Aaron Rodgers, thank you very much for your service. Please rest up the rest of your Achilles, bro. Just save it to next year.
And Zach Wilson, have fun in Canada.
Oh, poor dude got hit. I think he got hit hard, didn't he?
Yeah, he got a concussion.
Yeah. Jets are out of the playoffs. No, there's no reason to put Rodgers back in there. So it's gonna be Trevor Siemian or
Tim Boyle.
Tim Boyle. Wahoo. Or if they get someone else, but I don't know. Anyways, other than that, I think that covers it for week 15. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Let's see before we go. Yeah, so busy week this week, guys. We got episodes coming out every day, pretty much from a schedule standpoint. Tomorrow I'll be talking to Eric Mulher of the South End Zone podcast to talk some college football, get his thoughts on the season. I spoke with him before the season started, and then my episode got fucking ruined because the laptop didn't process it correctly. So,
of course not.
Nice job, technology, you son of a bitch. What else? Yeah, talking some college football. Get his thoughts on the Heisman winner, Jaden Daniels. Get his thoughts on the teams such as Ohio State and Alabama and such. I'll probably ask him about Notre Dame because I know you've covered Notre Dame for Belly Up Sports pretty extensively. So get his thoughts on them. They have a bowl game this Saturday, no?
I believe it's next Saturday.
Oh, the Tony the Tag.
Tony the Tiger Bowl.
Tony the Tag. So we'll keep an eye on that, and then let's see what else did we want to. Yeah, so we have that, and then I'll be, I believe, episode with us Wednesday, Thursdays to be determined, Friday will be us as well. I think I have a interview scheduled with someone from Empire Sports Media.
Oh, they're pretty good.
What's her name? Allie something. I'm still in the works about it, but we'll get her on to get her thoughts on the Giants as well. So we'll go from nothing set in stone for her yet, but other than that, tomorrow set in stone, Wednesday set in stone, pretty much.
Sorry to put you on the spot there, Allie, but if you don't come on now, everyone's gonna be disappointed.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh damn, we better get her on. She knows ball. Not like I'm shocked or anything, but she more than most male Giants fans. Seriously, she knows some fucking ball, I tell you. But what else did I want to talk about? I guess that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I got nothing. I got nothing. Go Seattle.
Yeah. Go Seattle.
Go Seahawks.
Go Kickers, please.
Go Kickers. Nick
Kickers.
Sirianni, if you're gonna act like a 16-year-old, the security guard is not gonna be there anymore. So I hope you get your ass kicked tonight.
Oh, you just hate Philly that much. I wish I had that type of hatred, but I just don't. I dislike Philly, but like.
I just want every time they lose, like when the Eagles lost. I don't know if I told this story out on the podcast yet. When the Eagles lost the Super Bowl last year, I stayed up for 4 hours after the game. I listened to WIP in Philly and listened to Eagles fans cry and just sat in bed and just giggled. I was like a little kid on Christmas, just laughing. I'm like, just pure hatred.
Was it holding though on Juju?
No, it wasn't holding.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to see what you thought.
Yeah, of course not.
Jesus Christ. Oh, you can follow me on Twitter.
Joker Philly.
Oh man. Look, they have a chance to make it back this year, but it's definitely a more tougher road, I would say, for the Eagles to make it this year. But yeah, we'll see what happens tonight, and then we'll discuss all this on Wednesday. But you can follow me on Twitter at BellyUpNate. You can follow our Twitter right here at backup_. We haven't been active there as much, but we may have to change it up to just put my main Twitter on here to interact with us from podcast wise. Other than that, Brian, I will see you Wednesday. We'll see you guys. I guess tomorrow. I guess we'll see y'all tomorrow. we'll probably have Eric live with us to talk college ball. So y'all want to stop by, say hi, we appreciate it. We'll be live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, or Twitter, and actually Instagram too. I don't know how Instagram worked out, but worked out pretty well considering we had 9 people stop by on Instagram. So nice. We will take it. We'll be back on all those platforms on tomorrow, and then you guys will hopefully see Brian Wednesday minus any scheduling issues. See you guys tomorrow, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching and listening this far. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys. Thank you.